Hi there, I'm Clint from EZDisc. Today I'm going to take you through how to fit your EZDisc. So it's an exciting day, your EZDisc has arrived. So inside your pack you'd have your EZDisc or EZDisc SL. You'd have your screw pack. Inside your screw pack you've got your cable ties, the screws to fit your EZDisc with, and your valve covers. The valve covers are reusable each time up to 20 times. You've also got your rim tape, so this is a protective layer for your wheel and also another layer to finish it off on the outside. And of course your EZDisc. These are your fitting tools: chain whip, cassette remover, and you can use scissors or snips. So the first port of call is remove your cassette. The first port of call is to apply your protective rim tape. This is to ensure no marks come on your wheel from the EZDisc. So what I'm going to do is I've got a pencil here. I place the EZDisc relatively central and run a pencil mark around the outside. And then I simply apply the rim tape. So what I want to do with this is overlap the line about 2 or 3 mil. So in one of the sheet packs you'll get enough to do both sides of the wheel, and you'll also get a spare. There we go, that's one side done. Then if we just flip it over and replicate that on the other side. So I'm just using the other side of the disc here. And again, grab your pencil, get it central, and run your pencil around the outside. This is what we call the non-drive side. You're probably wondering what these are on my hand, but you'll find out shortly. Fantastic, and as you can see, the rim tape's now applied. This is a 3M wrapping material tape, so it's quite a high grade tape which will protect your wheel. So the rim tape is now applied on both sides, as you can see. What I need to do now is line up my EZDisc in the central point. So this is what we call the drive side. The drive side is the one with the holes on it, and you'll find that it's quite a bit flatter as well. Always ensure that the EZDisc logo is facing outwards so it's visible to yourself. So first thing I need to do is line it up with the valve hole, and then at the same time I need to make sure that any of the holes for the binding screws you can visually see through and it's not catching any of the spokes. You also need to ensure that the holes for fixing on the spokes, which you use the cable ties for, sit in the middle of the 2 holes. If you want to take a closer look at this, then I can demonstrate here of how that's done. So I've just cut some tape here. You can use electric tape or any other tape. This is just to fix the disc into place while I'm actually fitting it. So the key points here: the valve, I can pump up my tyre. Second thing is it's central. I've got the EZDisc in the central place. You can use a ruler from the edges to do this, but I've done them so many times I can visually see that this is central. Third main point is, as you can see around here, we have a series of different holes. What we want is for a spoke to run directly through 2 of the holes. This is where we put the cable ties through. So I can see now that's all in place. No spokes showing. Right, let's get this in place. There we go. We now have the EZDisc secured in place, as you can see here, where I've used the tape. I've used electric tape myself. We then take the fixings pack, and inside there we have the cable ties. So I'm just going to get some of these out. And if you remember, what I said is basically one of the spokes runs through one of the holes here. So what I'm going to do now is find a spoke. As you can see, I'm just looping it round there. At this stage, I would not pull it tight, I just get it fixed. So as you can see there, I'm not pulling it too tight. I wait till the last moment, make sure it's all central. So far I've got 3 cable ties in. Like I said, 5+ really is ideal. So at this stage, none of them are pulled tight. So I've got 5 cable ties in there. Maybe I think we'll go for another one here. Okay, so I'm just going to double check this is in central, in a good position, and then I'm going to start to pull the cable ties tight. So I'm comfortable now that that's in a central position there. I'm now pulling them tight. What you don't want to do is over tighten these, because it will actually warp the disc on the other side. So you want to put them reasonably tight but not really yank them. So it's also important to make them tight enough so the disc isn't rattling about, causing micro vibrations, which then can lead to the disc coming loose. So they're all finger tight there, and from the other side you see that they're nicely pulling against the EZDisc but not warping it inwards. That's the perfect way of doing it. So now this side is fixed in place. I'm just going to remove the tape which helped me hold the EZDisc down. Now I'm going to fit the other side. So, first off I need to snip these off. So you can use your scissors or your snips on these ones. So I tend to leave 10mm on here, which is 1 centimetre, and not cut them right down to the bottom, just in case there's any kind of movement they don't come undone. That's done there. Then you need to line this up. Now this is important. If you have the EZDisc SL, it has an extra hole here. So what you need to ensure is that extra hole lines up here. So that's relatively straightforward there. So what you'll find is I'll just pop that back on there, see if that can rest there for a second. Within your pack you'll have some screws. So I've just removed the screws from the screw pack. I have them here. Take one of the screws, which is the female part, that's the longer part, and push that through one of the holes. Line it up. Ensure that you don't pinch the EZDisc in between these 2 screws. So I'm just applying some pressure there. Right, and I'm just screwing that in, as you can see. So you only need to do this finger tight as well. Then take another screw and just work your way around the wheel. Ensuring again, like I said, that you're not catching the EZDisc in between these 2 screws. Right, it's starting to form the disc wheel as well now. It's looking good. Right, all the screws are in now. That's all fixed in place. As you can tell, it's not a floppy bit of plastic. It's really robust. So I'm not saying for you to start punching your EZDisc, but I was just trying to give you an example of how tough it is. I'm now fitting the ring tape to the outside of the wheel. It gives it that nice aerodynamic finish. So applying this, I apply half of this on the EZDisc and half it on the wheel. and just work my way around the outer edge. This is a really high quality tape as well. It's not like your standard electric tape or sticky tape. It's actually used for wrapping vehicles. Why we use a high quality tape is because the last thing you want in a race or even in practice is for some of this tape to peel off and get caught in your wheel. So that's why we use the higher spec one. With over 7,000 EZDisc users, we've never had any issues with an EZDisc coming off or any of the tape coming off. Right, that's that side done. And now just moving on to the non-drive side. Right, there we go. Fantastic. So that's all the rim tape secured there. So I'm going to take you through now how to fit the binding screw covers. These are not essential, but again can help secure the screws in place. If the terrain's quite bumpy, these will really help with it. But they also possibly can help with aerodynamics. Now you can push these out with your finger, but the easiest way of doing it is by using a hairdryer, slightly heating it up, and then you can mold the cover a lot better. As you can see there. Get that central on the screw. As you can see, I'm working my finger around there as well, just so it doesn't get any air bubbles in there. Right, that's one side done. Flip it over and onto the non-drive side. You do get spares on the rim tape pack, so if you do mess any of them up, you can use another one. Done. So binding screw covers on, rim tape on, we're ready to put the cassette on. Inside the pack you'll find that you have 4 valve covers. These are reusable. I've used my one up to 20 times. So just take your valve cover, place it over the edges and fix in place. We're now finishing off the EZDisc. We're putting our cassette back on. This can get a little bit fiddly, but even with loads of practice, it's still fiddly. Then I'll just tighten that up, and that's the cassette back on. Ensure that you don't over tighten these. There we go. And that's your EZDisc fitted. Beautiful. Now time to go faster. This is an example of a disc brake wheel. So the only thing different compared to the rim brake and fitting the EZDisc is you have to remove the disc brake. So with that, use the cassette remover, place it in there, remove. As you can see, it then allows the EZDisc to get over the disc brake there, and then apply this back on when you've finished. You might find most bikes, disc brake bikes, are of this mechanism, meaning you use your cassette remover, but you might find some of them have a bolting system, but you'll just see a little Allen key that you can remove each one there.